Basket Braids, Disc and Frisbee Freaks. Emerald City Disc proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world. Kirby Snyder, aka Darkwing Disc, the Fairway Finder Eye de Pina. This is KO
Oh, Disc
Disc
Golf
Golf
Show!
Show.
That was
That was a little
lacking.
worse than last week.
It's okay.
We're so close. We're so
getting
close.
there. We're getting there.
So, welcome to episode 107 of the KO Disc Golf Show. This is the Hitmonchan episode. KO question of the week. Would you rather choose your own face tattoo or have someone pick a tattoo for you that's going to happen in a random place? Comment down below and we'll let you know at the end of the episode. Ollie, how you doing, man? How's it going?
It's going well. I've had some awesome, just been working a bunch and getting out on the bike, which has been good. And I actually signed up for my first biking event, which I'm like quite excited for. It's
Is it like a marathon?
It's just a biking event, and it's I signed up for the Seattle to Portland, and I'm trying to do it in one day. So I'm gonna get up at like 5 a.m. or I'm gonna be at UW at the start line to head off at 5 a.m. and I'm going to bike down to Portland, and I'm gonna try to finish up in about 12 to 14 hours. So I'm gonna try to get there between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. that day on July 11th, which I don't know. Roxy was like, we were just sitting there and I got done from a bike ride and she was like, you should do the Seattle Portland. And I was like, you really think I should? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I looked and I just signed up, and that. And so I'm doing it, which I'm quite excited for. Roxy's gonna caravan snacks in the car, some clothes, everything I need I'm gonna pack in there, and she's gonna come down and drive. There's 4 main checkpoints, but I'm skipping the first one. I've already decided. It's only 20 miles in, and I was like, I think it'd be important for me for time wise, because I don't have like a huge group, that I need to get to mile 54. That's the next one, and then that's where I'll meet Roxy. And then there's like 120 and then 170, and then you're there at 207. So it's gonna be 207 miles, 5,000 feet of elevation gain. Yeah, it should be a crazy day. I'm kind of curious to see how it goes.
Yeah. What's the most you biked in one day so far?
Around 50. So
Wow.
I'm gonna do a 100-mile ride from now between then, and then just keep pumping out miles. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Up that. Man, it's a short time too. You only got like 2 months.
yeah, we're gonna. I'm excited. Like I just did like a 40 something one where I was like feeling really good, and like I feel like um it was like, if I just it's just gonna be about like fueling. Like I don't think there's any physical like thing I can't do. If I mean, riding for 12 hours is gonna be something else, but
A lot.
I think it'll be really cool once I get going. And then I feel like once I'm like 50 something in, I'll be like, I can't stop. Like I have to keep going. Like it's gonna take
Right.
like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be really hard. But then I was just watching a few videos on it, and like seeing the like people in Portland and stuff like afterwards. It just looks like a really good time. So I think we'll end up spending the night in Portland that night, of course, and then coming back. But
You're not gonna ride home?
it's
losing elevation.
It's a 2-day event, and it's another. As you gain 5,000, you're losing 5,000 on the ride. So I'm going through another 5,000. But it'd be so funny actually going the same route and just seeing everyone coming up on day 2 and me just going back on. That would be insanity.
Get to UW, you're like, where is everyone?
Portland to Seattle, Portland to PTS.
Wait, you're telling me that it's literally uphill both ways?
I think the main climb is Puyallup. So I guess, which I'm kind of glad to hear that, I'm going to get through Puyallup earlier than the ride than later, in the grand, I don't know, in the grand scheme of things. So.
And then just kind of coast from there. Not coast, but essentially get through the hard part early.
Just have my legs move for 12 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm excited for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep training and doing that. I actually just got like a roller, like I was saying, indoor trainer. So on days feel like I have no time to even go out. I mean, really, there's no excuse. I can do a Magnolia lap in less than 30 minutes. So it's like, and that's 7 miles with 500 feet of elevation. So it's like, if I have 2 hours and I could do 3 laps or something, maybe go home, do whatever I need to do, and then like shower, get ready for work, do whatever. Might work out pretty well.
Yeah,
I'm quite
that's so
excited.
long. That's
Yeah.
so long.
But I
I
think
get.
it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun working out, like doing those workouts, and then maybe like getting my mind off with frisbee and stuff and doing stuff like that. But yeah, really excited for that. Streams have been well, and yeah, we're getting a little community going. It's really crazy. Like the last 3 nights, we've had 30 plus, like most of the time. And it's like the chat is starting to go like quicker than I can read, which I'm like, oh, whoa, this is. If people are like just talking, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like this is really
Mhm.
cool. And so it's been a little community building. Um, it's been really cool. I've been really enjoying that, which has been awesome and stuff. So it's been good. It's been good. How about you, Curb? How
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, I've had kind of a week, honestly. We did the show last week on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I went down to Delphi to get a practice round in, and on the way, I got rear-ended. Um, so I didn't honestly like. I didn't think it was that bad. It was like the most adult like interaction I've ever had with a car accident because like basically like we're on I-5, we're right by exit 109, right by St. Martin's University. We're in the right lane. Weather kind of sucks. It's been kind of rainy all morning, and it had just, I mean, the day before, all the pollen had come down, so I kind of
Mm.
had a sense that the roads are going to be a little on the slippery side. And people ahead of me started braking, so I start slowing down, and I look up, and the guy behind me just is not like I hear his tires on the road, but they're not stopping him, obviously. And I mean, I had just enough time to basically go, "Oh no," and kind of like brace up, and then I got rear-ended and kind of
Oh,
like he kind of pushed me forward. I like let go of the brake when he hit me, so I kind of moved up a little bit and then hit the brake again, so I didn't hit the person in front of me. And then I pull off to the side, and I'm kind of just like, okay, what the hell just happened? And I'm kind of like looking around, and I'm like, I'm okay. Is anything like, I'm kind of like
yeah.
looking around, and I'm kind of like looking up, and I can see that like in the red car that I was driving, it has like a back window, and then it's got like a smaller window there, and I can see that smaller window's broke. So I'm like, okay, fuck, like I definitely got hit, and like I don't know why, but I just like kind of put the car into drive and just like let it kind of roll forward for a second. And I was like, okay, the car doesn't seem like fucked up. And I put it back in park. And I was like, so it's not like super bad. I was like, well, okay. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? And I turn the car off and I get out and I'm walking towards his car because we're probably like, I don't know, maybe 100 feet away or so. And he's out of his car walking towards me. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? And he's like, I'm all right. Are you okay? And I was like, I'm
Mm.
okay. And, we come up to each other and we're like, I'm all right. Are you all right? And we just kind of like talk about that for a second. And, he's like shaking. And he's like, my airbag went off and like, and
Oh,
his arm is like really red. And I was like, I was like, that sucks. I was like, you look like you're okay. And it's like, it doesn't look like it's like cut or anything. He's moving it okay. And
yeah.
um, so he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I couldn't stop. And just immediately was like, I'm so sorry. This is my fault. Da, 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 da. And I was like, hey, it's totally like, it's all right. Like, we're going to figure this out. No problem. And he's still shaking. And I was like, buddy, come here. I was like, I'm okay. You're okay. And I like gave him a hug and like, he just hugged me back. And there was just this like really human moment of being like, we're okay. Fuck the cars. Like the cars don't matter. We're cool. Like, let's figure this out. So he immediately pulls out his insurance information. We exchange phone numbers, and it's kind of like all that stuff that you need to do, which is really great. There's no need to like call the police or anything like that. Like really just like everything was like super on the up and up. It was really, really good. So we take care of that, and I get in my car, and I'm like, well, I don't want to like sit here on the side of I-5. Like this seems like the worst place for me to sit, and I can see exit 109 like right in front of me. So I was just like, okay, like let's see if you can drive. So I just like put it into drive and like pulled off at exit 109, and I
Mm.
was like, okay, I was like, you're driving okay. I can hear in like the back tire, the back passenger tire, I can hear like plastic like rubbing against it as I'm rolling. So I was like, okay, there's definitely like something fucked up, but like
Yeah.
it's not horrible. So as I get off of 109, I was like, well, where do I go? I was like, I got to sit somewhere that I can like catch my breath and like call Ellie and, kind of just figure out what's going on. And I realized, I was like, well, I know St. Martin's University has a disc golf course that I go to warm up at. And I was like, and I know they have a big quiet parking lot, so I can at least go there. So I went to, of course, a disc golf course, my comfort zone. And I'm
Yeah.
just like sitting in the parking lot, and I'm like texting Ellie, and I'm like checking out the damage. And I opened the trunk up, which was like a huge mistake because the way the car hit me, they like bowed my back, like the back
Oh
bumper
yeah, yeah.
in, and like the plate completely dropped on like the bottom. So when I opened the trunk, the way it was like bowed, I couldn't like close it again, which really sucked. So I was like, I kind of fucked up there. Like I probably shouldn't have opened that. Uh, but I was just, trying to assess like what was going
Yeah.
on.
How do you
I
know
ended
it's
up,
not going to do that if you don't do it?
yeah, yeah, exactly, right. So I drove it over to Lacey Collision, which was really, they were like really cool about just kind of taking it in. And in my mind, I was just like, oh, we'll get this back in like a month, and no problem. And they call us back like a day later, and the insurance company is like, yeah, it's going to be like $9,600 to fix, because like that bottom plate, like it did what it's supposed to do, which is
Yeah.
like completely bow out and stuff, but apparently it's like like super expensive and pricey to fix and really labor intensive. So the insurance company was just like, don't bother, we're just gonna scrap it and pay you out for the car, which is really nice, which I guess I, is fine, you know what I mean, like kind of all, so Ellie and I, so that happened on Wednesday. Yeah, all, dealing with insurance over the next couple of days. Ellie and I are kind of talking about, like, should we have, technically the red car is Ellie's car, the white car is my car. So we still have the white car, and we're kind of figuring out, should we look into a new car and stuff like that. I told Ellie, I was like, hey, I really like driving the Forester. Her mom has a Forester that I really like, and it's always just been a nice ride. So I was like, I kind of just want to get one of those. They're great to camp out in. I can take this to like Portland. I can drive this down to California and stuff, like, Canada and all that, no problem. So Ellie goes out and looks for a Forester, and she found one at the Subaru dealership that was like mildly used. So we went and picked it up on Sunday, actually. So we already got our new
So
car.
clutch.
So nice. It's new to us. I mean, it's like pretty new. It's pretty low mileage, which is really, really nice. So yeah, we got a new Forester. And the white car, as Ollie obviously knows, but yeah, I'm able to hook Ollie up with the white car,
Yeah.
which is really good. So we're kind of solving two birds with one stone. Kind of the KO curse, but ends up being a total blessing in the end, that we both got into car crashes back to back weeks.
It get greater later.
Yeah, right. So definitely. Um, yeah, you're still going to be seeing that white car at disc golf tournaments. It's just going to be loaded up with some different stuff up in there. So no, it was really good though. I'm really happy. Like we're able to sell it to Ollie for like a really good price, and get more than we were going to get from the dealership too. So everybody wins in the end, which is just really what it's all about for sure. So,
Bummed I
um,
didn't get to borrow Chuck's Corvette, but
yeah, for
I'm very
sure.
happy to be driving again.
Yeah. This was another really funny thing that happened when I was sitting at Lacey Collision. My mother-in-law, who I've gassed her up a bunch on this show. She's the best, dude. She really is. She came and picked me up on Wednesday, which is really cool. She drove the 2 hours down. And while I was just sitting in the car at Lacey Collision, because I was like, I don't really have anything else to do, so I'm gonna sit here and just like wait. And while I'm sitting there, my phone rings, and I look down, and it says Seattle Mariners. And I had this like,
Again
yo,
drafted?
am I getting the call to the show? Like, hey guys, like I'll try to play left field. I don't know what I'll bring into the plate, but like I'm there, right? So that
Discmania?
might
I got
in
something.
Dude, in like 2 seconds, my mind went from like, yeah, I can probably start left field if you guys need me tomorrow. And then I immediately, after that, I was like, oh, maybe it's like a disc golf thing. I was like, I've sent them emails in the past about being like, I'd love to do a disc golf thing. I was like, maybe they're calling me about that. So I answer the phone, and I'm like, hello? And he's like, hi, is this Kirby Snyder? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, hey, this is so and so with the Seattle Mariners. I was just wondering if you're interested in becoming a member of whatever club. And I was like, and I couldn't help myself. I just go, "Oh, you're cold calling people now?" And he just goes, well, we've done this for kind of a while." And I go, I'm not interested. Thanks, man." I just like hung up the phone. I rode so high to ride so far down so
That guy, that Mariners rep, that guy, he's just like, what is my. He probably had the most retrospective, what am I doing with my life?
oh man, I really was just like, this is my time. Like it's about time I'm recognized. Let's go.
So funny.
It's so good. So Red Sox are down bad. Speaking of baseball, they fired like all of the coaching staff this past week. It's just been an absolute like kind of shit show. Really interesting. Just to see like the logistics of everything kind of going on and hearing all the rumors of what might have happened and all that. And it sucks. Alex Cora was a really great manager. He's done a lot for the Red Sox since 2018. He's the man. They just signed him to like a 3-year deal for like $20 million. So like honestly, if he wants to take the next 3 years off and just get paid that 20 million, like he has every right to. Like
Yeah,
that's like, dude. But somebody's gonna pick him up. Like he's a really great coach. A lot of that staff is gonna get picked up somewhere else. So it sucks. It's a tough time to be a Red Sox fan, honestly. Um, Jeff's Orioles like freaking broke us the other night, dude. They got like
oh,
20 hits off of us. So that was really tough.
Mariners have been getting lit up too, don't worry.
Yeah. It's been a weird MLB season so far. I mean, like it's tough because we're only like
There's a reason you play
15%.
162.
Yeah, it's like we're only 15% of the way in, but also the Red Sox need to play like a 70% winning percentage the rest of the way to maybe make the playoffs. So it's like we've already kind of done a lot of damage to ourselves in the time.
It needs some teams to play bad, help that
For
percentage
sure.
out.
Oh yeah. I'm heading down to Portland tonight. I was supposed to go there yesterday and practice, but I woke up in the morning yesterday and just did not feel good. So, spent the day kind of cleaning up here and kind of getting stuff ready for the week. I got some family stuff today. My father-in-law, I think I've talked about this in the past. My father-in-law, who passed away about a year ago, he was the Speaker of the state of Washington. So he did a lot in politics, and one of the big things that he did was try to install like low income housing for people. And I believe this is like one of the last buildings that he worked on before he passed away is opening today, I believe. And they're going to name the building after him, I think, or put the
Cool.
building in memorial of him, or something like that. So my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are coming up from California. We're gonna go to this like building thing, and then we're all gonna go get some like lunch and shit, and then I'm gonna head down to Portland like after that. So should be a cool day though. I really like. I mean, Nate and Kate are really great, and it's just really cool to see Dad honored like that. So yeah. And then, like I said, yeah, Portland tonight, getting ready for the Beaver Safe Fling this weekend. So we'll get more into that later. So, time for the tournament recap presented by Emerald City Discs. Tournament recap by
Emerald City. Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Emerald City Discs. Happening this past weekend was the Ragnar Rip. This was a B tier happening down at Delphi, ran by Jeff Fastine, El Jefe. Jeff is the man. He did a lot of work down there. They had a bunch of cool sponsors. I love Delphi so much. I mean, I've talked about that a lot in the past. The place is just incredible. So, uh, going through the winners here, we had a tight battle at the top. Daniel Pfaff took it down, winning over our guy Caleb Joyner. Caleb shot like an absolute like scorcher, like a 1060 something rated first round. Absolutely incredible. Tied for first place, we have Little Matteo Condalucci, Asher Wiedemann. I'm pretty sure it's Wiedemann and not Weideman. And then Emmett Keeson. Yeah, he gave me some crap about that last time. Winning FPO, we got Daniel Keen. Winning MP40, we got John Melge. That's a tough last name. Tying for second place is Jason Van Proyen and our guy Keone Kahala. Winning MP60, we got Steve Bell. Winning MA1, we got Caden Pearson. Winning MA40, Matthew Lucky Bigelow. Winning FA40, Jennifer Awesome Krasbinski. Winning MA50, Bruce Sweeney Weaver. Winning MA60, Dave Collada. MA2 was won by Zachary Dix. Brandon Clark took down ME3 over our guy, Pierce Reynolds, who tied with Jeremy Baird for second place. I had a funny conversation with Pierce on Saturday, actually. I saw him after his round and I was like, "How'd you do?" And he's like, not so great, you know. And I was like, well, "What are you doing the rest of the day?" He's like, "I gotta go." He's like, "I have a little league game like later today." And I was like, "You have a little league game today?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm pitching." And I was like, "Bro,
Whoa.
I go, how is easy is little league gonna be for you?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I go, "You just spent your whole morning competing against grown men and adults."
Yeah.
I was like, "You're gonna be looking at these kids being like, whatever," you know. So, and then I see him on Sunday. I'm like, "How'd you pitch?" He goes, "Really good." And I was like, "I bet, dude. Like, I bet." So Pierce is an animal, man. I mean, he's so good. Yeah, it is really, yeah. Just can't hype him up enough. Um, I had one of the worst weekends I could have had of disc golf. I just like I was not focused on disc golf at all, like for sure. I was definitely more focused on dealing with the insurance, and even
Yeah.
while I was like warming up, I was still like the insurance company called me to see if I was injured. And I'm like, I genuinely was like, actually, like my lower back was like a little on the sore side, but I was like, I don't know if it's from that or if like my back's kind of
Yeah.
always a little, you know what I mean? And I was just like, I'm kind of like, I always have a little something that's a little sore or something. And like,
Did they
I
give you
don't
a
know.
different? Did they give you? Did you? Whenever I said I was sore, and they're like, "Oh, all right, we're gonna send you a different agent. We're gonna put a different claim in for, or like a new claim in for you under the soreness and everything. I just add that in there." And I was like, "I'm not going to the hospital for it. I just was letting you know I'm a little sore." And he's
Yeah.
like, "We got to do it." And I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, all right."
Yeah. No, it's yeah, no, I'm there 100%. Whereas it's like I'm not really like I'm just kind of like a little like shook up still from it. Not gonna lie, driving past that point every morning was definitely a little like, all right, we're okay. You're okay. It's fine. You're good, you know. So, but yeah, I played so horribly, and I mean, I was really. I feel like disc golf kind of beat me. Like it got to the point where at the end, I was like, I just want to get out of here. I was like, just kind of playing quick and just trying to like move it along because I was not looking to. I was like, I'm not looking to like hang out and kind of like wallow in this any more than I have to. Like, let's
Yeah.
just finish this round. I got to bolt home. I got to take care of other stuff. So, it is what it is. It sucks. I am going to work real hard the next couple of days on figuring some shit out, and just playing better. So, heading down to Milo tonight to do that. Really looking forward to it. So,
Oh yeah.
it will be better next week. It can't get any worse. That's for sure. It definitely cannot get any worse. Time for the tournament look ahead presented by Disc Golf Threads.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
There can be only one World Wrestling Federation champion. Acknowledge me!
I'm pretty sure it is. Um, my jersey's coming out really soon. They're sending it. I don't think I'm gonna get it this week, but I think I should get it before OTB, so I'll be able to kind of push that a little bit then. So I
Will it
think
be
that's
a?
in the
What will it drop on the site around then or?
yeah, it should.
Okay.
I should get a couple in person, and then yeah, it should be on the Disc Golf Red site. So we'll be plugging that pretty good, definitely on here. I'm really looking forward to them. If they come out looking as sick as I think, I'm like
I'll have the jersey right here, and then I have a disc right here, and I'll have your disc, the Kirby Shrine, and the. Yeah, this is my Kirby corner.
Yeah. It's like in the trunk of the car, and it's just like, this is getting a little weird.
Yeah, I come up pull up to events. It's just I'm gonna decorate that car exactly how you would, so there's no. Oh,
Like
it's just
nothing's
put the
changed.
put the red hat, the one
You
piece.
got the One Piece hat in the back.
Maybe I'll put like a Naruto headband. Just put my own flair. Keep out of respect. Out of respect.
So funny. Yeah, so this weekend is the Beaver State Fling happening down in Estacadia, Oregon, down at Milo McIver. I'm super looking forward to it. Milo is a great property to play down, or to play at down there. There's two courses. They have the East and the West course. When we go back for the Northwest Disc Golf Championship, it's going to be combined into one, just like bigger course essentially. That I think I do prefer in the long run. I do like. that one massive 18 because they utilize so much more of the or they don't utilize more of the property, but they utilize the property better. Um, the Genius hole, I think, is genuinely my favorite hole of all time in disc golf. It's so much fun to throw and play. So, um, yeah, East and West. Pros will be playing East, West, and then East again. Um, it's too late now, but one of the things that I really recommend for future tournaments down at Milo, or if you just go and planning on playing Milo MacGyver every so often, if you go to the Oregon State Park website, they sell annual day passes that are just good for the year, and it's like $60 or $70. So I think it's $10 a day if you just go down there and just pay a daily thing. Um, it pays for itself after 6 or 7 days, and then anytime after that is all just kind of like free entries. I already got mine in the mail. I did that about a month and a half ago or so, I want to say, because between Beaver State Fling and the Northwest Disc Golf Championship, I'm going to be down there like 10, 12, 13 days, something like that. Yeah, little hack to save you a couple of bucks.
Oh yeah.
Moving right into the weather look ahead, presented by AGL Discs.
Weather look ahead.
Together we can reduce, reuse, and recycle for a greener future for disc golfers.
Oh yeah. This weekend down in Portland is what I'm looking at here. Looks like it's going to be a banger of a week, dude. Wednesday we're looking at highs in like the 60s, sunny, borderline no clouds. Thursdays we're looking at highs in the mid 70s. Thursday and Friday look like they're going to be kind of cloudy. Saturday looks like it's going to have a little bit of clouds. Sunday, no clouds. Sunday, we're going to get up to 88. Saturday, we're going to get up to in the low 70s. I'm about it. This is going to be awesome. Going to be a really, really nice weekend of golf. I'm camped out in the car the whole weekend, so it's not too hot, not too cold. This is going to be really, really good. So, not expecting any rain either, which is something I'm really looking forward to. Maybe a couple of sprinkles in the morning on Saturday or Friday, maybe a little Thursday, but probably no rain. So
I
I
feel
don't
like
want to
at this
guarantee.
point the rain is like doable rain. Like we're
Yeah,
kind of we're at like spring rain. It's like when I have these sunny days, that day of rain's like a little refreshing. It's like not too bad.
I almost kind of like it because it
Yeah.
dampens the pollen down, which has been,
Yeah.
dude, the pollen's been like wrecking me this
Gnarly.
week. Yeah,
Where
I've had like headaches and like my sinuses have been jacked. Like it's been
I
bad.
went out to Lakewood and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like hit one branch. One of my friends hit one branch and just yeah. And I'm like, I don't think I've really seen that here as much as like I've seen it other places where I like know there's a bunch of pollen, but like even here, I'm like, Jesus, it's
Yeah.
getting crazy.
Yeah, the car's been, I mean, even like we got the car Sunday, Monday morning, it was dusted in pollen. And I was like, this is gross, and like it's just blowing around. And I have a fan in the window. So that shit's definitely blowing into the bedroom at night. And so I'm just getting like, I'm just getting annihilated with it. So, yeah, get your Claritin, get that going. Um, all right, moving right into the local course review. This week we are talking about Delphi. We were just down there for the Ragnar Rip. Um, I mean, I've said it so many times, but Delphi is my favorite of the ball golf style courses. I think Delphi does it just so well. I think Delphi is a cruddy golf course, which makes for a great disc golf course, right? So as far as golf courses are concerned, it really isn't a nice course. It's real. I mean, it's small. It's like the fairways aren't necessarily like crazy well maintained. Like the greens aren't like crisp. Every green I see there usually has a little like kind of little character to it, right? A little something to play around. Um, but if you don't look at any of that and you just look at the fact that all the greens are mowed and it's well kept and that's
Pretty beautiful.
it's a beautiful place. It's got great elevation and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's a great disc golf course, man. I think it's absolutely awesome. What are some impressions of Delphi?
I love Delphi as well. I'm a big Delphi enjoyer. I like still remember like that first tournament I did out there, or first practice round I did out there, and being like, "Whoa, this is where the tournament's gonna be." You kind of see, and then I remember showing up for that tournament, all the cars kind of lined up, and I remember being like, "Whoa, like this is really cool." And I think like the first six holes, like you're just into, like I think they're really unique and really fun, and there's a lot of different shot varieties, and then. I mean, I think there's not even just the first six holes. I think the first six holes are just what kind of like catch me and get me so invested in the round. And then there's so much diversity within the par fours and par threes. Um, I'm a big fan of Delphi actually. Really, really big fan of Delphi.
Yeah, I think every hole. I mean, the front six kind of play like a different course than the rest do, just because the front six are like outside of hole. I mean, hole two and hole three, the rest of them aren't super birdieable. Like four, five is pretty tough to birdie. Six is a real tough birdie to get. Not that they're not gettable, but just tough gets. And then once you kind of leave those six holes, you kind of get into like, birdie alley where it's like, okay, seven, six or seven, eight, nine, 10, you want to get all of those. 11's a tough get, but then you get into the woods and then you kind of get back into the open where you're throwing hyzers and very, very scoreable course. But at the same time, every one of those holes that you should score on has something that's might prevent you from scoring or possibly give you a bogey at the same
Yeah,
time. Um, look at hole seven. If you don't get off of that tee clean, or maybe you don't turn the drive over enough, there's out of bounds on the left. The pin's guarded, so getting your birdie, it's an easy birdie, but it's an easy birdie to lose as well.
yeah,
Hole eight, I missed both times this weekend because I just didn't throw good shots. Like you gotta be throwing good shots consistently out there. Um, they utilize like the fairways really well where you're going like out of trees and into trees, or out of trees and then kind of like they just utilize the space out there so well. You're not in the golfer's way either. You're usually playing off the side, most for a lot of the holes. You're not directly down the center of the fairway
yeah.
where you're
I
waiting on
like
golfers.
kind of like hole 11 where you're off to the side there and you're kind of shooting. You're crossing fairways, but then you're going off of it again, and it's like not really a actual spot because the golfers on hole 11 there, they're just shooting a straight shot. We're kind of going, "Oh," which is like really awesome, like very well designed when you look at like what the golfers are doing and what the disc golfers are doing for sure.
Yeah, they play alongside so well, and the golfers are really cool down there too when it comes to the golf and disc golf kind of combo on it. I've never had any issues. I actually have a lot of them that are like pretty interested in seeing what do you like. Damn, you guys can throw
I
the
know
crap
they're
out of
like
that thing.
just too nice. I'm always like, "Oh, you can go for it." They're like, "No, we want to watch," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh," and
Yeah,
so they're like
like
more nice and like, "No, you go, no, you go."
it's funny because you have to explain to them. You're like, I'm playing three holes, and the time it's gonna like your drive is my three holes. Like, just hit the ball. Yeah, they're great down there though. I've like I said, I've never had any issues with
Same.
any golfers or anything. Even the couple of woods holes, there's only two holes that are like in the woods, and you get over there and you're like, what is like these two feel totally different than the rest of the course, and they're awesome. Like
They are awesome.
they don't feel like wild, like they do feel kind of out of place, but at the same time you're like they're so great. I actually kind of like this little dose of something else in
Little
here.
switch
Yeah.
up. Yeah, no, it's definitely like, oh, you didn't just like have to make these holes because you had to. It's like these are like even if they did have to add two holes just to make that a course, it's like it didn't feel like that, which
Yeah.
is all that I care about. As long as these feel like their own holes in itself, I like that.
Yeah, and they're both like tough, like very doable but tough shots nonetheless. Nice mix up, yeah, because it is going like driver, 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 fairway driver to a couple of shots where you're like, I think I'm gonna go putter here, or slow mid range, like that kind of thing. So, yeah, love the mix up. What's your favorite hole out there?
I think six, not because of
Oh, okay.
like it's six or four. One of the fountain holes I like. Four is the uphill fountain hole, right? Yeah, I like that one a lot actually. Um, but I think six. I think both of them are not like only birdied four like twice, and then like six I've never birdied. So, but I just think it's like cool and kind of is like why I like being out there, which I think is like, and I do enjoy the shot shapes for both of those holes as well, where it's like, um, I don't know. I think that maybe those two, and if not those two, I think I go right again. It's in that front six. hole 3. That's the downhill par 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before that. That one's pretty fun as well. Just to get something and watch it flight and just be like, to have a disc and be like, oh, I hope that's not going too far. Most of the time, I'm like, oh no, I'm all good, gang. But like a lot of people are like, oh, like slow down. You'll see him get on like the green and stuff, and I'm like,
Hmm. Yeah. I think that and hole 5, like those shots are so fun because like
yeah,
that's what
five's
you
fun.
want. Like that's what you want out of a ball golf course is to be throwing these downhill distance shots. But what I love about Delphi is that's not every hole. You know, and this is the thing that I complain about with kayak is it feels like every hole is that shot where every hole you're throwing downhill bombers or long turning bombers. And at Delphi, it's like, yeah, you have like 4 of those. You have 5 of them. You know, like you only have a
And they're
couple that you're
spread
actually
out a
like
little bit, yeah.
yeah, and like for the most part, actually, if you totally unleash on this hole, you're gonna outdrive it, or you're gonna throw a bad shot, or whatever it might be. Yeah, I think if they had not moved hole 16 off of the stump, hole 16 would be my favorite
Yeah,
hole.
for sure.
That stump was so awesome, and I totally understand like the safety features behind it. I don't like it. You know, like I'm not happy about that decision, but that stump was so awesome. It's still a good hole back there where they moved it is a really good position. But I think my favorite hole is honestly hole 18. There's something about just throwing like a straight putter at like a slightly like downhill basket. That's just I just will always have a good time with that. The green is just guarded enough. The OB fence behind it. There's plenty of options where you can throw a forehand or a backhand. It's maybe not the most like interesting or tricky hole out there, but it is the hole that like if I'm gonna empty my bag on a hole, it's probably gonna be hole
Be
18.
here.
My least favorite hole out there. I don't know that like when I say like least favorite, I think like this is just like the one that I is out of the bunch I don't like as much as the rest. And I think that's going to be hole 14. It's kind of that like 380 straight shot that's like a little downhill. It's the one right after the two woods
Yeah.
holes. It's fine. Like it's just a fine shot, but it's like it doesn't really offer me anything, honestly. Like, and I don't know even what else I would want to do there. What else like would make that so much better? But all the other holes I just like so much better. I mean, hole 10 would be the other one because it's kind of a basic wide open hyzer. So I think those two holes are probably my least two favorite, but they're not bad. They're just basic, I guess, more than anything.
Yeah, I think like I don't think there's a hole I hate. Like I think maybe I think 18's a little anticlimactic for a finishing hole. I do think there is still some like a lot some that can go on in that hole, but I think you can get bailed out by just throwing it kind of past it to the right in those bushes and still getting a pretty easy putt at it. But I think I would have to go with probably that or 10.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're not wrong about 18 being like an anticlimactic finishing hole. Yeah, that Roxy's alarm's going off. I can hear it. um, yeah, as far as like a finishing hole, it really is the most exciting part about it is that somebody might get it like an ace. Like Caleb said, he goes, I was about 8 inches right of getting an ace this past, for acing it and pushing a playoff, which is exciting. But if the only exciting part of this is that somebody might ace, not necessarily like this guy could throw just an absolute horrible shot and have a 3-stroke swing, totally. Um, I mean, as far as like the best aspect or like the amenities of the course and that kind of stuff. I mean, they have a great parking lot.
Yep.
The pro shop right there is going to
Yep.
have drinks. They're going to have a really nice bathroom. The porta potty that's there too is always that is the cleanest porta potty ever. I don't know like whatever how often they get that thing cleaned out, but I've never walked in there and been like this is disgusting. Um, they have extra baskets over for putting and that kind of thing. The only thing they don't really have is anywhere for you to throw discs and actually get like a real warm up. They have one of those nets,
Yeah.
but not the same. It just doesn't do it quite the same way. So, um, I love the place. I mean, I think it's got so much positive things about it. I've gone down there and just like ball golfed. Like I brought Ellie one time. We went and rented a cart and I played ball golf and she hung out and then we went to the Tacoma Mall and she went shopping after that kind of thing. It was a really nice day out. So it's the course has a lot. Did I miss any amenities or anything?
like rent, like you can get a push cart. I think they have like pushable carts you can put your bag in or something like that, don't they? No.
Yeah, I think you can rent a golf cart too if you want
Yeah,
to.
so I think there's like little things like that, but no, you're good. A little out of the way just for being in the Seattle area. If it was closer, I'd like cry. That'd be awesome.
I'd be there so much if it was
Yeah.
close. Honestly, and this is like when the I think his name was Jonathan, the guy who did a lot of the stuff at Jackson Park. When he called me like 2 or 3 years ago, and originally we kind of talked about what Jackson Park would look like. I told him, I was like, you should look at Delphi as a model
Yeah.
and look at them as the example, because what they're doing, the way everything flows with it, that's they're doing it so well and so right that I think that should be the thing that everybody else is trying to follow.
Yeah.
What do you got for a rating?
I'm gonna go 8.3.
8.3. I went with a 9.0. Like I said, I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
go
great.
8.5. I'm gonna go 8.5. 8.5.
8.5. Yeah, like I said, I'm going 9. I think the place is great. I really don't have to, like really, I have almost nothing to knock it for. It's quiet out there. Like I said, I think the shot shapes are interesting and fun, and it's a place where I feel like I can bring like the cart out and just throw a ton of discs
Yeah.
and have a good time. Um, yeah, I like I said, I cannot preach enough about how great it is. So with Ollie's 8.5 and mine 9.0, UDisc has it at a 4.4, so that'll rock at 8.8 on our rating scale. No, it's not too
It's pretty
bad.
close to our average. We're 8.75 average between me and you, and the U disc is an 8.8. It's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're right on it. These guys know ball.
We know.
All right, Ollie, I just sent you an email. It is time for the Pro Tour breakdown. This past weekend was the KCWO, the Kansas City Wide Open. You get it? Whoa, both busting out the glasses? Who is
Just
this
in case
guy?
you make me say something crazy, I'll be like, that was not me.
Yeah, that was Clark Kent over there. Jesus. You get it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Whenever you're ready, shoot.
KCWO. We are not in Kansas anymore. The Kansas City Open not happening in Kansas really makes you think, huh? Taking down MPO is an Oregon native, Cole Ridden, then birdie. Cole riding them birdies and winning after a controversial call to end the final round after just 9 holes. Dude, this is just a how well can Ollie read fucking Sticky. Wait. Yeah, Sticky, why can't we play more sake? Was not pleased with the result of having to settle with the second place finish, tying with Calvin, who freaked out. Watched the video with caution. He says he made his point. Jeez. Dude, I said that right. No ice puns this week. Gannon Burr is cooked, coming in fourth. We were on thin ice with that one. Evelina Solon, taken to the FPO side, Evelina Solon won in a playoff over Henna, has bloomed rose in one whole playoff. Evelina gained 8 strokes on the final day. Yes, it's really hard to make puns out of these European names. Like, Scoggins! Third place. And there wasn't a record-breaking purse, so Missy Gannon only finished in fourth. Brother,
But hell
that's
yeah,
a
dude.
challenge and a half. I love that, actually.
I knew you were gonna read the like in the tune of like I knew you were gonna read that.
Like, well, I stopped and I said, like, own.
Well done. Yeah, so they had to call the final
Oh,
round after
God.
just 9 holes. So Cole Rodolin took the win. A lot of
It's kind of
interesting.
crazy.
really interesting stuff happened because of that. Like Clay Edwards had an ace on the back nine, and that just got like wiped from history because the back nine didn't exist. Um, Paul Ulibarri shot like -3 or -4 on the front nine, and then finished with like a +2, and his back nine got erased, so he jumped up however many spots. There's a bunch of people who like made moves and the back nine and then lost that, and then it costed them thousands of dollars in the process because of losing all the birdies that they got in the back
Wow.
nine. So it's tough. I mean, I think that the Pro Tour made the right decision,
Yeah.
because you can only do so much. And that course, from what I've heard and what I've seen online, that course, like they had to shuttle people into their cars. Or from the parking lot to the course. So if you are in a situation where there's lightning and you need to evacuate all of these people to their cars, you have no way of doing that safely and efficiently. So it sucks, and it's tough, and I understand the player side of things, especially like after day one they cut the bottom 30% of players. That sucks. I am a lot of times in that bottom 30% of the players who would be cut after one round, and if I did take the time to spend the $400 on the entry fee into the tournament, and then I spend the week to get out there, and all the money and all that to get out there and accommodations and stuff, and then I get to play one round and I get booked, or I get booted, I'm gonna be pissed for sure.
Yeah.
I understand the Pro Tour side of things, but it sucks, and it is what it is. It generally and it sucks that like the answer is just like, hey, like the bottom guy should have played better, but it doesn't matter. Like there's always going to be somebody at the bottom, like no matter what. So um it is what it is, man. But yeah, like I said, I think the Pro Tour did make the right decision there. All right, time for sound off. Ollie, hit us with that Sounders update.
Sounders' most recent game was April 25th, 3 days ago. We played FC Dallas, got the dub. We're on a pretty nice little streak here, minus the out of the CONCACAF. We're sitting fourth place in the MLS West, which is basically the top 7. We're getting playoffs, so we're very much in playoff range. We're scoring good goals. Um, we could be scoring more goals actually, but we're not letting a lot of goals in, which is good. So we have like the least amount of goals scored against us, but we've scored not a ton. So we have Paul Rothrock scoring a bunch. Like he's scoring like every other game 1 or 2 goals, but we have a lot of guys that can score that are capable of getting like multiple goal games that haven't. We had one recently in that St. Louis game, which was awesome, but it just needs to get kind of going with that. But it is a good defensive point and a good goalkeeper side of things to be like, we're up here because of how many, like our goal difference in that sense of like how many goals we haven't let in. And so it's cool to see. Next games are coming up. I think we have Sporting KC. That'll be May 2nd. So look out for your Sounders. We're doing well this year. It'll be May 2nd, Sporting KC. We'll do a big one for the next one because we'll be all gone and everything. So give a couple week go out and stuff, but that's what we got there.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, when are you in Croatia? You're going soon, right?
May 6th to the 17th.
Okay. So you'll be here next week, and then the week after that, we'll figure
We'll be
something out.
gone, and then I'll be back the next week.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the week after, I might go solo and just like go live. If anybody wants to like do an episode with me, just let me know. Reach out. We'll figure it out. I don't know how to do all the Riverside stuff on the back end, but I can figure it out, I'm sure.
I can also set it up for you, possibly.
We'll figure it out. We'll talk. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it should be fun though. All right, time for the ODP guarantee.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Oh. P.
Guaranteed.
Hit us.
We're gonna keep it in the farm. We're gonna beat Sporting KC by not 1, but 2 goals. 2 goals. And that's gonna be in Kansas City, so you can't go, but
Is it like 2-0? Is that the prediction?
it could be like a 1-3 or a 2-0. But
Sure.
I don't wanna
Sure. You don't want to handcuff yourself into that, but I get you. Yeah.
It's like you want to be the ODP guarantee has to be like not super zoomed in, but zoomed in enough is like what we're going
Yeah.
with.
It's like
So
you zoom in, but then out a
I
little
guess I
bit,
could have
just
just
in
said
case.
I could have just been like, oh, we're gonna win. I guess I already am. I'm shooting myself in the foot.
Kind of hedging your bet a little.
They are the worst team in the league. They have 1 win and 7 losses and 1 draw. And they've had 25 goals scored against us. Against them, we've had 4 goals scored against us this year. So,
Wow. Wait, wow. Holy
yeah, we've
shit.
only had 4 goals against. It's the lowest in the league by anyone. Out of the top 4 teams, it goes San Jose 6, Vancouver 5, LA 5, and then it goes Minnesota, like us 4, and then Minnesota 14, 14, and then it goes 14, 14, 18, 15, 18, 16, 17, 19, 25. Like, we've only scored 12, and the top teams have 25, 25, 17, us at 12, but then Minnesota 11, Salt Lake City 17, Colorado 22, 18. So it'd be nice to be in the high teens right now if we were like 18 goals to 4. It'd be like way more goal differential because like they go by goal difference for like tiebreakers and stuff. So like us being it's only 8 difference, but it's a solid difference and a positive difference for sure. So can't be mad there, but um behind some of those big dogs. But we're right there. We're right there. So hopefully we get some good points here and get some help that goal difference. Maybe even a 3 goal win. That'd be huge for us.
That'd be huge. Very cool. All right, time to answer the KO question of the week. Would you rather choose your own face tattoo or have someone pick a tattoo that would go on a random place? Ollie, what say you?
I think I'd do face tattoo low key.
Yeah?
I
What do you
think
pick
I'd
it?
be worried about not being able to pick what it is because like what if someone just did something crazy and something like imagine just like something right here crazy like I just feel like I'd feel bad about that. I'd have to do maybe something like up here or something like that or like not a teardrop. That's
Go
crazy. That's crazy.
not one teardrop, but 3 teardrops.
Yeah, you know what, can I get 3 tattoos actually? Can I get 3 face? I'm just gonna get the
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Tyson here. No, I
yeah.
think I'd get maybe like I don't even what does like I don't even know. Maybe get like I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at like good face tattoos, I guess in a way. If there are some for sure.
I would get my wife's name tattooed on my cheek because I'm a loyal husband. No,
I'm getting
I
Roxy's face.
yeah. No, I kind of like if I'm gonna get a face tattoo, I think I get a single lightning bolt on the forehead, and you kind of do a little like Harry Potter. You kind of do a little bit of that,
I do
but
like the Gara, the red like mark here.
just
That'd be
like
kind of
or like
the
Zuko.
Zuko. That'd
Yeah,
be hey, that's kind of tough.
it's
That's kind of
kind of
tough.
hard. But
That
honestly, I
actually
think I might roll the dice and just be like, I don't know, maybe the random place is like, what if the random place is like my butt, and then like, hey, nobody's really seeing that.
what if
That's all right.
it's just like daddy's little angels on your butters. Like I don't even know, bro.
I thought we had to get a new tattoo, not something we already
You
have.
beat me to it. Oh my god. I was about to make. Dang it.
Comment down below if you'd rather get a face tattoo or have someone pick a tattoo. And if you do pick the face tattoo, tell us what face tattoo, because that's another just wild conversation. So all right, right. Time to get into the draft this week. This week is going to be kind of like an offshoot of the like white people banger draft, and this is the divorced dad rock draft. So kind of an ambiguous genre of music, divorced dad rock, but it's kind of one of those things like the song when you hear it. So I'm gonna take the first pick, and I'm gonna go with "How You Remind Me" by Nickelback.
Good choice. Good choice. Okay.
I low key love Nickelback, dude. Like I have a good time listening to them, and I'm not ashamed by it.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm glad I could get this as my one though. I was worried. Come as you are. We'll take Nirvana. Come as you are as my one. I think it goes ridiculous. It's on every divorced dad rock playlist you could find. Um, and then we're gonna go Everlong Foo Fighters next.
Yeah,
I think those are two bangers on, again, like staples. Like if they're not on, how bad of your divorce? How bad could the divorce have been?
My next pick, I think, probably should have been the number one pick. And it's She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud. Probably the most appropriate of all of them, honestly. My other one I'm gonna pick is going to be is it what is With Arms Wide Open by Creed. Um, another song that if that comes on, there's no way I'm not like going full on like Super Bowl 98 on that and just really rocking out to it. So um yeah, Creed's another band that like kind of sucked, but also goes so hard.
Kind of goes hard. Kind of goes crazy hard. I got two. My two to wrap up. My wrap up two. We'll go. I might just need to open up my eyes more, but we're gonna go another Foo Fighters, All My Life. We'll get All My Life,
Okay.
and then we're gonna end it with I think this goes crazy with the Divorce Dad. We're gonna go Rollin' Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, new metal.
I feel like that's like I'm doing fine.
Yeah, yeah. It's like rolling, and then like right after that, you're like, he's going to play break stuff. Like that's coming up next.
So I need some Limp Bizkit in my Divorce Dad rock songs.
Hell yeah. With my last one, I mean, I got a couple of options here. I think, oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. I think some honorable mentions. I mean, anything by Papa Roach, really. Lips of an Angel by Hinder. We got most of the song, but most of Weezer's catalog, honestly, too. Paralyzer. But the one I'm going with is Here Without You by Three Doors Down. Ultimate kind of dad rock, heartbreaker. So to recap, uh, I picked How You Remind Me by Nickelback, She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud, With Arms Wide Open by Creed, and Here Without You by Three Doors Down. Ollie came in with Come As You Are by Nirvana, Everlong by Foo Fighters, All My Life by Foo Fighters, and Rollin' by Limp Bizkit.
Hey, that's a.
That's
I know what I'm gonna go edit this too.
That's solid. Actually, Ollie, I have the quote this week, if you
Hell
don't
yeah,
mind,
hell
too.
yeah, go for
Um,
it.
so this was a quote by an anonymous Red Sox player over the firing of Alex Cora. And he is quote unquote by saying, "It's like you shit your pants and then changed your shirt. Aim high, shoot low. We'll see you next time."
Peace.